on his computer. You ready?
I'm ready.
All right. Hey, good day, everybody. Welcome to Stream of Card Consciousness. I am Mark Ford, and as always, joined by my partner, my friend, my brother up in the Panhandle, Greg Smith. How you doing today, Greg?
I'm doing good, Mark. I'm doing good. It's first show of 2024, January 5th. Excited, nervous, nervous about this weekend's football, but great new year. Very, very low key. Trying to keep the dogs from losing their mind. Yeah, I'm sure. So, yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited. How are you doing? What's
Oh,
going on with
I'm
you?
doing well. Yeah, feeling
Yeah,
apprehensive about the game a little bit, but not really. It
I
is what
wouldn't.
it is. It'll play
Yeah,
out. I mean, I hope they make. We can talk about that a little later. But I'm fired up. I'm wearing my Tohopa Kalaga gear today. The ladies
nice.
soccer team set a school record yesterday. Coach Chris, Mrs. Ford, she's a head coach at Tohopa Kalaga High School here in Kissimmee, Florida, and they won their 10th game yesterday, which bested the previous single season mark of 9. They still got 5 games to go. They're 10-3, and they are
Wow.
just putting the leather to people, so to speak. And last night it was a little more gratifying because we played Liberty High School. Those of you that know me know my story with Liberty High School. And Coach Chris took the B team in there, so to speak. She's missing her top 5 players and put the wood to them 8-0 in the first half. Mercy rule. Good night. Go home. Adios. See you later. Win number 10. So I'm really fired up. I'm really proud of the program. They've come a long ways from, I think it's the 5th or 6th year that the school's been in existence. So they're doing really well. So I'm really excited about that. And Coach Chris does a great job, obviously, Mrs. Ford. And then she coaches our Unity team. So I'm wearing Squincher because our ladies are getting out on the field This Wednesday, we have soccer for the ladies, Unity FC. So it's going to be great. We got our try-ins because we don't cut anybody. So I got soccer on the brain this week.
That,
A lot of
well,
soccer.
that's awesome, man.
Yeah,
That's
you're
okay.
speechless.
So
I know.
Unity,
Like, dude,
do
why are you
y'all?
talking about soccer?
Well, no, 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 no. I've got some questions. What? Okay, so Unity, are they on TV? Are they local? What? I know it's
Yeah.
professional, but I mean, are
Yeah.
you at the point where they're broadcasting anywhere or anything?
Okay, well, we stream all of our games. We were on 11
Okay,
Sports, but 11 Sports is going away, so we'll probably be on a different streaming platform. And then
okay,
obviously going to MASL Indoor. Whoever they have a deal with, I think they have Twitch and they also have a YouTube, I think. And the men that we're affiliated with, Atletico Orlando, they're playing their first game ever in MASL Arena tomorrow up in Utica. So they flew up to Utica yesterday, I believe, and there's supposed to be a big snowstorm up there. So that's pretty radical. A lot of these guys have never seen snow. So yeah, things are starting to happen on the soccer front. So the men are kicking off, and then we're looking to fall 2024, maybe 2025
that's all.
for us. Yeah, I'm
That's
excited. So
awesome. And
that's what
and
we're
my other
doing
comment.
Wednesday. Yeah, Wednesday is the try-ins for
Okay,
that.
put a link up for your streaming platform. I might actually watch a little bit of that. That sounds cool.
That's
What
good. We just talk
now
about
in my Sure, yeah. My other comment, Liberty against Toho. If you've got 5 of your top starters out, which kind of is how the Dolphins game is going to go against the Bills, so I'm sure y'all are going to roll us. So we're going to talk about that some more. But if you got 5 of your starters out, you got the B team in, and you beat Liberty 8-0. Either
Mhm.
Liberty really sucks,
They do.
or Toho is like a juggernaut, state champion potentially. So good for you, good for Mrs. Ford. It's cool hearing stories like that, man. I'm not
Yeah,
speechless at all. I've got all kinds of questions.
right on. I
So
think I think they're a year off. A lot of freshmen, sophomores,
nice,
been built from the
even
ground
better.
up. So yeah, so I think they're about a year out. But definitely could do some damage. Very talented team. High powered, score a lot of goals. Good. They're great
Nice.
to watch. I've been loving it. You've seen some of my posts here and there.
Oh
I just
yeah,
stand there with my pen and my paper and my video camera, and I'm having a great time.
that's cool. That's cool. Well, let's see what you got. We're talking about cards of the week, so
Yeah,
you
definitely.
you go ahead and lead off.
All right. So yeah, I bounced back into my Andre Dawson a little bit. This was really cool. I got a mountain of graded cards for, I gave most of, well, didn't get Greg paid for them, but we got great deals on them. We were picking them up for $4 or $5 a piece in this modern style. And, this is,
No,
Andre
the two in
Dawson.
the two in the Soto sale.
Hmm.
The two
Yeah,
in the
this is, I
Soto
got the
sale.
Andre, I got this Andre Dawson, a foil board. I
Oh,
think this is
that
shiny,
glare is
shiny.
tough.
Yeah.
Yeah,
So yeah, I
that's
got that.
nice.
Yeah, it does stuff. Woo, 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 woo. So that's
But
2020 top X.
okay.
So I got that. And then
It's a
what else
little
we
it's a
got
little
here?
tough to see it, Mark, with the background.
Yeah, well, okay. No worries. We'll Aaron Williams. Let's see, let's move it around here. There you go. The
Okay,
Aaron Williams autograph, Buffalo Bills. But I'm
that's great.
outside, so there's really not much I can do about that.
Yeah,
Mrs. Ford's working from home today. She's in the house, and my dogs are going to be going crazy. Got Joe Ferguson auto from
outstanding.
James Crawford. He sent me that for Christmas, so that's nice. And there's that. I think if we pull back a little bit, there's Williams. I got a Greg Rousseau. That just says Greg R. Pick that up. Gregor, I wouldn't have got it, but he was able to spell his first name. So I really don't do a lot of modern autographs because usually it's just like GR or BB or TF or MF or STFU or whatever. So at least Greg can spell his name there, Greg. So
Yeah,
I picked that up for a couple bucks. And that's what I got for
those
my
are
cards of the week. Some autos and the gift from James and that Andre Dawson.
right on. Those are very cool, and I know you love those Bills autos and getting them as cheap as you did. Were they all from that same sale with
Couple bucks. Yeah.
the
I
yeah,
think
that's
Rousseau was like
great.
$5. That Williams was like $2. Aaron Williams is a great player for the Bills. He was a safety out of Texas, and he had multiple neck injuries, and he was just a dynamite player. I mean, he probably he'd have been a great. And he played, I want to say, 5 or 6 years for the Bills. Right just before Allen came, he had to retire because the neck problems. And
Yeah,
he was a dynamite safety, and he was a Bill, man. He was a Bill through and through. And he's still involved with the organization. But I loved Aaron Williams. He was really, he played on a lot of crappy teams, but he left it all on the field.
I remember him when he was at Texas. He was All American. He was really good. He was a
No,
really good player.
dynamite player. Just
Yeah.
had the neck injuries, had to retire.
Well, all right. Well, I've got a few cards of the week and kind of a comical one. So I've found a new card shop in Pensacola. It's called Ben's Card World, and so I saw this. During the course of trying to do my 71 set, my Topps baseball set, I had a lot of duplicates. So I'm like, all right, maybe I'll do a second one. So I go in there and I see this card, and it's $20, right? So I didn't buy it the first time I went in there. It was right before Christmas, and the whole time I'm thinking about it, I'm like, man, I got to go back and look at that card. So I got him to go down to 12 on this card, thankfully, because if you look at it, it's got a pretty sizable crease right there in the middle, and then if you do that, it
Yeah.
kind of
Got a
bends.
top one too, up by the top. It's got a crease up
Yeah.
there too, like 3/4 of the way up.
So, I mean, this is a pricey card normally. I feel like I got hosed at 12,
You
but
did.
that's yeah, that's one of my cards of the week. But same card shop, I got this 1964 Tom Flores, which is
Hmm.
an SP, and I did some reading on 64 football yesterday, and it's not really an SP. It's that the ones that they consider SPs are actually regular printed, and there's a lot of double prints. So
Mhm.
they don't designate them as double prints. They just the double prints are the normal, and the ones that were single printed are the SPs.
All
So
right.
keep your eyes open for 64s because a lot of them are SPs when they really shouldn't be. And then got this one from Andrew Cavada in a sale, really cheap. For some reason, I didn't actually have this card. I have a 74 set, and I don't have a Dave Parker rookie, so I didn't technically have a set, but now I do. So thank you, Andrew. And then This here, I don't know if I've this card has bounced around boxes, and I've never sold it because I never will. But just this is one of my favorite autos, Catfish Hunter. And if anybody doesn't know his story, they should look it up. He passed away from ALS, I think in 2003, maybe 2000,
Mhm.
somewhere around there. And just the fight that he had with that, and um, Steve Gleason was a big proponent for ALS, the Saints guy, but Jim Hunter actually did a lot of good things in that area too, trying to get research advanced and stuff like that. So, a lot of good that came out of that with Catfish. So those are my cards of the week. I haven't really been buying a whole lot of Yastrzemski's lately or anything like that. I've got some coming from you. They just haven't gotten here yet. They would have been in my cards of the week, but they're just not here yet. So um, that's what I've got, Mark. So let's move on to
64s.
what.
Yeah,
Yeah,
quickly
go
on
ahead.
those 64. Those are my favorite. That's my favorite year football cards ever. And the Buffalo Bill cards is really pop with the blue stars and red stars and
Mm,
yeah. So I've talked about that in previous shows, and I have that Cookie Gilchrist from
yeah,
'64, and I think that thing's like a couple $100. And
yeah.
I didn't.
Is that his
That's
rookie?
one of the
That's his
more
rookie card, isn't it?
yeah. It's one of the more expensive. It's one of the more expensive cards in there. I think he's rookie 63, but the
Yeah.
63 Fleer, but he that card is really hard to find, and it's pretty pricey. I was lucky to get it years ago. I bought the thing like 40 years ago for like $2 or something, and
Yeah.
I still have it, and it's beautiful. I love the 64s. They're hard to get at a good price because they are, and very hard to. You usually don't see a lot of 64s. I think that the print runs on that had to be pretty low, pretty
Yeah,
low.
I agree, and that's kind of what I found from my research yesterday. If you can find those in decent shape, I mean, I got that
Right.
Flores for $1,
And
and
those are all AFL. So too,
yeah,
that's another thing. It's not an NFL. Philadelphia had the NFL, so that's an all AFL set. You won't find any NFL players in that set.
I light bulb just went off in my head. Is that how that went back then with football
Mhm.
cards? Is that
Yeah,
Philadelphia had the NFL and
right.
Tops had the
Fleer.
AFL?
Yeah, Fleer had the AFL initially, and then Tops was still doing the NFL, and then Fleer got out of it, and Philadelphia came in and did the NFL, and Tops was doing the AFL. And that's how you have like those AFL, the tall boys, I think were like 65. I think the
Yeah, yeah,
60,
65.
that 66 was like the wood grain that matched up with the base, like they look like the Bowmans.
Yeah,
So yeah, the hockey cards are the same too with that wood grain. And then 67, I think was the last year, Philadelphia. And then
yep.
68 was the conglomeration because then the merger had been announced and after the Super Bowl and all that. So yeah, for a guy that doesn't do football cards, yeah, I kind of remember all that because just with the Bills cards, hunting Bills cards, you find out about the various, Fleer, Philadelphia tops, and in the 50s there was Bowman too. So
Yeah, and that's really awesome to know because I didn't I'm still football is probably my favorite sport at this point in my life, but I don't know a lot about the football cards, and you just took me to school, man, because I feel like I know now.
learn
Now
together, man.
Philadelphia, Fleer is a Philadelphia company or was.
Yeah,
Is
so it's
that
tops. Yeah.
was Philadelphia an offshoot of Fleer or just a whole separate company? Do
No,
you
it's a
know?
whole separate deal.
Okay, all right. Well, that
I'm
is
not sure
really
if this is true, but I could be wrong. But allegedly, they got a lot of the Bowman presses and material and stuff like that. The Bowman had left over. I could be wrong on that. It's kind of rumor, urban legend, but the
yeah.
Philadelphia took a lot of the Bowman stuff.
That's really good information, and I appreciate you going down that little rabbit hole because I had no idea. So that makes perfect sense now why they have two different companies. I've always wondered, are the Philadelphia's inferior? It seems like they're
Hmm.
not really. I
No,
mean,
they're a great card. The color,
yeah,
cardboard. I think that condition wise, you just got some Philadelphia from me in the cell. That one card. I think condition wise, Philadelphia has hold up better. A lot of the Philadelphia football cards I come across are really crisp. They pop. They
yeah,
really seem to hold up versus Tops or Fleer or any other cards from that era.
Right. Well, speaking of sales, so you had a good one day before yesterday, it seems like.
Oh, yeah.
So it was nice to see you back. You had some really good stuff, and I'm fixing to do one here myself later today and Saturday and Sunday. I think it's been a month. I've been a month now since I've done one,
Yeah.
so I need to get back on it. But so tell me what your experience is like. You want to talk about that at all, or
Oh,
what?
sure, absolutely. It was good. I
Okay.
mean, I had a good time. The response, it was crazy time. It was, I hadn't done a sale in like a month. I'm gonna try to do like one a month, and when I got a day or time. And I've been off from school, and we don't go back till the kids don't come back till Tuesday. So, I figured, and we just, been traveling all around watching the Bills play all across America. So, had a chance to sit down and throw a sale together. So it was really fun. Had a lot of different people in there that I haven't dealt with before. And it was really cool to make some new friends. Like one, Scott Bollinger, he's actually sent me a whole bunch of Buffalo Bills cards. I know he sent Greg some Miami Dolphin cards, and
Mhm.
he was in the sale, bought a couple things, and so I've been talking to Scott, and he's a Dodger guy, and got him some addresses for some Dodger autos and this, that, and the other thing. So, and that's the thing with the sales. It's cool to meet different people. And so it went good, sold just about everything. It was crazy.
Yeah.
And the oddballs, people that have stiffed me in the past, and they show back up in your cell and they claim cards, and then you got to chase your tail to try to get them to respond again. And and there's this one guy, what's this guy's name? Matt Caps. So you're outed. We outed you on our Facebook page. And Matt, look, bro, it's not fun, and it's just plain ignorant when you offer like $1.50 for an $8 Dr. J card. It really is probably worth like $12 to $14 because my stuff, as people have said, I'm not selling things for top dollar. I'm trying to give deals. I don't need to get 3, 4x what I paid for something, blah, blah, blah. So this clown Matt Caps comes in and offers $1.50. And it's just like, come on, bro. Give me a break.
Yeah.
And it's not funny. And I'm not desperate because I never take offers, very rarely. People that have been in my sales know if you offer me, I take great joy and glee in saying no. But if you have bought it, I do. I love it. I find new creative and inventive ways to say no. And I'm just not doing it because my stuff is generally below market, way below anyways, and it's not
Right.
top dollar stuff. And but it takes time. I'm still dealing with this sale. I had to sell 2 days ago. Still, people haven't paid. Some people just have. Like 20 different buyers. That's a lot.
Yeah.
You got to sort back through the cards, put the cards together, put things together. So what, Matt? What you don't understand, jackass, when you're offering $1.50 is the amount of time and effort that people like myself or Greg put into it. I have to go through the cards. What am I going to sell? Okay, now I have to take all the pictures. I have to put them up. I have to have some semblance of order so that it makes sense. If you want to have a good sale and be a good seller, you can't just put rando stuff together. You want to try to keep things, it makes sense, right? 80s with 80s, 90s with 90s. Once in a while, I'll drop something in as an Easter egg. That's what I do. I'll drop like a 58 card in with a bunch of 87 tops. But
Yeah.
that's my thing, and people know to look for it. Now, Greg grabbed a couple. I had a couple Larry Walker rookies in with a bunch of other mishmash. So once in a while, but so Matt, here, let me tell you, that $1.50. I mean, it's not. It's just, oh my God, you've been
Yeah.
the butt of so many jokes now on our Facebook page, and now you're on our show, and it's just ignorance. And I see this not with myself so much, but everybody else's sells. Wayne Chan, who's got some good cards. He's really unique. He's got a lot of Sadahara O and things from Japan. And he'll have a card for $80 and some guy will offer him like $20. And Wayne's really great about offers. It's like if you offer Wayne something, anywhere in the ballpark, Wayne's generally going to take it.
Yeah.
But so you see that, and it's just like, what's wrong with people? It's just like,
Yeah. Yeah. It's yeah, absolutely. Wayne is a good example. You're a good example. It seems like every time you have a sale, you get some characters, man.
I
I've
do,
never seen
I
anything
do
like
for
it. We've
sure.
talked about it before, but $1.50 offer on that 80. It's an 81 tops Julius Erving. Print runs are minuscule with that set.
Yeah.
They just That's at a minimum, that's a $6 to $7 card minimum.
And that thing was on point. I mean, that was
Right.
on point.
I
And
mean,
I
you
got
could
it from Don
see.
Miller. So there you go. I got it from Dominic Miller. Dominic Miller don't sell crap. So
Right.
I was just thinning out
He
my
doesn't.
boxes. That's the exact. I paid. No, I paid for. I paid $8. So that's an
Yeah.
example. People, I paid $8. I sold it for $8. I needed to clear some space in my box. You get, it's just the way it is. I limit myself to what I keep in my PC. So when it gets full, hey, if I pay $10 for something, sometimes I might sell it for $8, sometimes
Right.
$6, maybe 12, but I'm not never going to try it. You know what I mean? I'm not looking, oh, I paid 10, I got to get 20. No.
Right.
So
Yeah.
yeah,
Yeah. It was sharp. And I looked, and you had a good picture. You could see
Mhm.
the
Right.
crisp corners. And I mean, it was
Mhm.
a nice card.
I
And for
really
him
took my time with the pictures in this cell. You could
right.
tell I didn't have anything flat that, unless they were the quarter cards,
Yeah.
even 50-cent cards. I took it nice in the light and out here in the sun. So, I
Yeah.
really took my time. I really wanted to put on a good sale. And
Well, I think people who offer like that, he couldn't have been thinking, because I mean, either he just didn't, I don't know, but
then
you
he
know,
deleted his comment to top it
yeah,
off, which is
yeah.
then he ran because I lit him up a little bit, and then he ran.
He did.
After I dropped the gloves and pulled the jersey over his head, and I was just throwing some thunderous rights, and came in with a left from time to time. So I just ragdolling him, and
Yeah,
then he deleted the comment because no, man, let it stand. You want to be a jackass, and that's forbid in flame cells. I don't know if people realize, if you edit something or delete something, you should make a note of it, and it's not tolerated. It's not put up with. As an
right.
example, and then the other thing too, people claim through DMs, that's been a bit of the controversy. They'll mark sold. We had a bit of a deal with that guy with his overpriced cards that we offered to come on the show. And
Yeah,
with the Murphy
yeah,
rookie. Yeah, with
yep.
his Murphy rookie card that now we can have multiple year rookies. And
Oh yeah,
he just
the
marked sold.
78, the
Yeah, the
78 Murphy
78,
rookie
yeah.
card. Yeah,
And he told me that then he said there was 3 rookies. So people, there's more than one rookie card. It's crazy. Pre-junk wax. We're talking back in the day. So there's like 18 Dal Murphy rookies. This guy was just not having it. And
right.
we offered him to come on the show, and we haven't heard from him since. So,
Yeah, he seemed pretty receptive to that at first, and then he just kind of
yeah,
ghosted you, didn't
yeah, he did. He
he?
ghosted
Yeah.
me like the oh, I almost dropped the F bomb. He
Well,
drew I almost said the mother of all words, and it wasn't just going to be the F bomb; it was going to be the mother F. He
oh
ghosted
boy.
me like the chicken. Oh, don't even get started on that one. Effing
It's
chicken, man.
like Ralphie
So
changing the
people,
tire in a
this
Christmas
is
story,
great.
man.
We can let that secret out. We had the chicken lined up, the Gianolis, to be a guest on the show. Oh, the chicken. He's all excited. He's all fired up. I mean, I could go in and get the letter and everything to show you. And that's what we
Oh
got the
yeah,
chicken. Chicken, where have you been? You disappeared. I mean,
yeah,
I don't hope, but maybe he's sick. Maybe things are going on. So that's why I pulled back. I was gonna say that mother of all words, but he's a human being. But yeah, so the chicken ghosted us like that other clown.
yeah.
So crazy
Well,
times.
I mean, it is what it is. You know,
There go my
I
dogs.
was, yeah, there
Amazon.
was some definite chicken disappointment.
How about
You
Crazy
know,
George? Well, this is fun. We don't really have a big agenda. Crazy George, same thing, man. Crazy George. I can even play the voicemail right here. Crazy George was going to come on because we just were thinking outside the box of having some different people on. Like, we're going to have Crazy George v. Chicken, like who's the greatest mascot. And I was so
yeah,
ready to talk trash on the Philly Fanatic. Like, I was going to tell Chicken, Philly Fanatic, man, he can't hold your jock. He's a piece of shit. Philly Fanatic. I was going to go at it. I was just going to light it up. And, Chicken, you're the man, you're the king.
yeah,
And then when we got Crazy George, I was gonna be like, George, you're the man, the chicken man, and it's the Bay Area. The chicken should know better than to cross into your turf, and you should have hit him with your freaking drum. Never happened.
right. Yeah, yeah. It did. We did have a period there where there was some people coming on or gonna come on, and they just for some reason fell apart. It was weird. It
Too
was
real.
very weird. So
Yeah, it
I
is
don't know.
strange.
Yeah. So
And
you got any
oh
shout
well.
outs this week, man? Any on a
Yeah,
lighter
I
note?
do have a few. Mike McCullough, awesome guy, man. Another thing, people, when we take the money out of it, I love it. This is so the relationships. He had an Andre Dawson numbered to 50. He was in the vintage modern 94 and up, and had a bunch of autos. They're right at the number. Great stuff. Great cards. I have a bunch of Dawsons, so I'm trying not to have like multiples of everything. But when it comes to Andre Dawson autos, which is the most beautiful autograph you can ever get, you can never have enough. So he had a Dawson auto in the Cubs uniform, which again, I don't like the Cubs I like the Expos, but great card, numbered to 50. And I really wanted it. I never make offers, but I made an offer and he was like, nah. But then we got to talking a little bit and he came back with another number, and I was, I got a bazillion Andre Dawson autographs. And then we were just talking. And I said, oh,
Yeah.
what the hell, brother? I'm gonna do it. So I ended up it was a couple bucks cheaper than he wanted. And but we made a connection, So he's a great guy. So if you see Mike McCullough in the vintage sale 1994 and up vintage cards, he's in there. He's got a sale going right now, which I'm gonna
Okay.
check out. And then yeah, he's also on what's that? Whatnot, or is that a
Whatnot?
Whatnot? Yeah.
Yeah.
So he's on there. He's on
Okay.
Whatnot. So yeah, good dude. And then Matt Reber, um, just met him through my cell again. So the things mean something to me. Take a deep breath, take a pause. He got we can see Sleepy Chuck. All right, I know it's light out here, but it's Sleepy Chuck Dickens that I had bought
Okay.
a while ago from my room. Well, the state of Florida, Orange County is the Bourbon books, and I know why the caged bird sings Maya Angelou. Why does the
Yeah.
caged bird sing? Because nobody else will listen to it. All right, read the book. That's banned. Anyways, Chuck D, Sleepy Chuck D's banned. And so he was in my room. So I took him out of room. So this is a piece of room six history, and which means a lot to me. People know my adventure with my kids and being a school teacher for these crazy freaking kids that are just they're something else, but I love them to
Yeah.
death. I wanna smash myself, but I love them too much. It's
Sure.
amazing kids. So, anyways, Matt Reber got Sleepy Chuck D in my cell, so that's cool because to me that means something, man. This helped teach some kids in the state of Florida about literature and how to be. So that's going to Matt Reber. So shout out to Matt. Shout out to Mike McCullough. Scott Bollinger, again, thank you so much for sending me all those Buffalo Bills cards. That was great.
Yeah. Yeah. Absolutely. I've got a few myself. I've known Matt Reber for a while through the groups. He's always been solid, really solid dude, and haven't talked to him a whole lot. It's mostly buying and selling and transactional. But for anybody, I mean, unless you're collecting that stuff, anybody that just buys that Chuck D,
Sleepy
so
Chuck.
that next is Flava Flav. But anyway, anybody that buys that Dickens, them it's got to mean something to them too. So that's cool. That's cool. And I've got a couple of shout outs. Scott Bollinger, myself, he sent me a box of Dolphins cards just out of nowhere. Um, I appreciate it. A bunch of them I didn't have already. So thank you, Scott. And then JJ Klingler is a guy that runs sales pretty often. He had a sale right before Christmas, and then I guess kind of forgot about it. And then so I was like going through my messages one day, and I'm like, hey, JJ never invoiced me for that stuff I bought. So I reached out to him shortly before New Year's and said, hey man, what do I owe you? Are these still going to be? Are you still going to invoice for him? Man, I've been super busy, blah blah blah. So I just figured, okay, let it go, whatever. It's not a big deal. And he just messaged me the other day and just said he sent them. So I'm gonna work out a payment with him, but he's just like, my bad for messing it up. And he's always been pretty solid too, JJ. And then the last one, got a guy named Mike McDonald. You had Mike McCullough, I have Mike McDonald, and
From the
sold me
Doobie Brothers.
Yeah, right. Yeah, no doubt.
Cool.
And Mike McDonald's in the Doobie Brothers?
Was it Michael McDonald? Wasn't he the singer in the
Oh,
Doobie
Michael
Brothers?
McDonald. No, yeah, Michael McDonald. The what a fool, that guy.
Yeah.
Yeah,
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 the terrible Doobie Brothers. Ah,
yeah.
can't get it. Yeah, right. F that guy.
Um, no, different. Not McDonald, the McDonnell.
Oh,
So close enough.
McDonnell. My bad.
Yeah, with the
Sorry.
ELL. No, it's all good.
Okay.
But he sold me some 67s that I needed pretty cheap. So big shout out to him. So many sets in the works right now. I need to start selling some because I've been buying a bunch. So
Yeah.
I'm going to get on that train here, get 2024 going. Let's talk about the game. Let's talk about the game Sunday, Mark. What's your thoughts? I am
Uh,
not looking
my,
forward to this game, man.
my thoughts on the game are
Oh,
the Bills should have won a game or two more during the regular season and wouldn't be sweating it out so much. They play well against good teams. Miami's a good team. I know the Dolphins are really banged up. So in a sense, that makes me fear them more because of our history and how we play down to the competition and how, as a Bills fan, we can look back to third string quarterbacks beating us and guys coming off the bench and somebody that, basically gets rolled out in a wheelchair and we make them look like Joe Montana. So, the Bills historically have a history of letdowns against inferior competition and things that shouldn't happen. So, I mean, from a pure football standpoint, I think the Bills, and it's obvious to anybody that watches, when the Bills don't make mistakes and penalties, turnovers, they don't just beat people, they smoke everybody. There's very few teams that can even play with Buffalo. When Buffalo's on, they just kill people. The sad thing is Buffalo very rarely is on,
yeah.
because they are a penalty fast. They are a turnover machine. So we'll see what happens. I think it'll be a close game. Logically tells me the Bills should roll them, but my heart and my history tells me that it'll be a close game. And if there's a wacky way to lose, the Bills will figure it out. So, that's
Yeah,
kind of how I
yeah,
feel about
it's really hard, and I, you and I talked about going to this game for weeks, and I'm kind of glad that, I was telling you, I think the last time I was in your classroom, they were going to flex it, and I'm
it.
really kind of glad that we didn't get the tickets now
Yeah.
because that would have been a logistical nightmare.
Had too
But
much at night. Yeah.
yeah, yeah, my thoughts on the game, we are really banged up. It's going to be tough. It seems like daily there's another Dolphin that's down. Zach Sealer's one of our best linemen. He may not play. I mean, it's just like, come on, guys. But at the same time, nobody scares me as much as Buffalo when they're on, like you said, as Baltimore and Buffalo are the two scary teams, in my opinion. If it ends up being Buffalo and Baltimore in the AFC Championship, bar the door. Who knows what's going to happen? But
Yeah.
I think that we're going to. I think the crazy thing about this game, and I know you probably read this, and I won't be too long winded with this. I think y'all are going to beat us. I hope you don't, but conceivably, if Pittsburgh beats the Ravens, who may rest everybody,
Right.
and Jacksonville beats the Texans, whose quarterback is out, Tannehill is going to start again, which is comical. If those two things happen and we beat you guys, y'all are out of the
We're
playoffs.
out. Yeah, we're out. Yeah. So,
But if y'all beat us, you're number 2 seed.
right. It's
So I'm just
crazy,
like,
isn't it? It could be
what?
number two or out because I don't know. I
Yeah,
mean, maybe Pittsburgh loses, maybe Jacksonville loses. So, I mean, we don't need both. We just need one of them to lose and then we'd be in regardless.
right.
But you still want to win the division. And if we can't win it, then what's the point? If you want to win the Super
Yeah,
Bowl, you got to beat the best. You got to play the best. So if you can't
right.
beat Miami, then what? Who cares? I mean, go home
Yeah,
and
and
right. It's the playoffs.
well, just think the pressure though on Buffalo if both of those things happen.
Sure.
We're already in the
They
playoffs.
haven't
We're either a
performed
6 seed
well.
or a 2 seed.
That's what I was saying. That
Yeah,
history shows that in those type of situations, that's when the goofy things happen. The home run
right.
throwbacks and the 13 seconds and blowing 18-point leads and just all kinds of crazy stuff. So
That
I feel
Vikings
for
game was
them.
crazy last year. You
Oh,
remember that
yeah,
one with the
it was
fumble at the goal line?
joke. That's crazy. That was crazy.
Yeah.
But that's what
Well,
they
either
do.
way, I know. I hope for an injury-free game for both teams. You never like to see that, and hopefully it's a good game. You know, just hoping. I'm hoping we can get through it unscathed because if we lose to you guys, we play Kansas City in Kansas City. I think we
That
can
doesn't
beat them.
scare anybody. Kansas
No.
City sucks. I mean, I'd
Yeah.
hate to, people are going to come at us about that, but they have nothing. But
Yeah.
the GM should be ashamed. I mean, you put that surrounding cast around Patrick Mahomes, give me a break.
Right.
It's just like
Right.
really. I mean,
Well,
you got the best quarterback in the league, and look at the wide receivers. They're terrible. I
yeah.
mean,
Yeah. It's not
I mean,
good.
they're better than me. I'm sitting here on my porch, but I'm not, denigrating them as human beings, but as football players, they're not the cream of the crop. How's that?
Right. Right.
That's a little
Yeah.
bit.
I agree. I agree. You
It
got to
came
give him
hard
some
on the
attention.
Chiefs. I apologize, Chiefs fans. That's pretty.
Well, hey, I mean they're not starving for trophies, and so I mean I don't
No,
feel
they
too
got
bad for
plenty.
Chiefs fans.
Right,
Yeah, they're
they got
fine.
plenty.
They're
I
fine.
got another shout out too while we're sitting here, talking about sports now. So people, while you're watching your sports on TV, this show here is probably going to be a little bit more DIY in the production because Shasta Ford is at the national championship game in Houston for college doing that, and she was at the Rose Bowl last week, and she just got another Emmy this week. I put that up on the show page for the World Cup, women's World Cup soccer. So she just got there. It was the men. The men were in Qatar. The women were in. So she went to the men's World Cup in Qatar, and she got an Emmy for that. And she didn't go to
So
the women's in Australia,
how
New
many
Zealand.
how many Emmys does she have now?
Oh my gosh, she's got for the Olympics, the another one, and then for this one, and then for the Act TV show.
Yeah,
The Act, that girl Gypsy, she just got released. So the one that her and that Nick dude off the mom, the crazy mom. So
yeah.
if everybody has Hulu, check out the Act. You'll see some of Shasta Ford's handiwork on that, and that's a creepy show. And she was doing
Yeah.
the overnight
This,
dailies on that.
so is that what she does? What exactly does she do? Is she in
She
production? Or,
isn't in production. She does the tape, the film, the video. Uh,
okay,
it's taken and then it runs back through her, and then she sends like the video back to the highlights and all that stuff. It's like
gotcha.
the video that's like that, the lag and the delay and all that. I'll have to have her on the show next time she's home. We'll do a show with Shasta and she can talk about it. It's just pretty
Okay,
fascinating. So she records the game, and then they do all the highlight packages and all that stuff from her records. So like if she missed,
hmm
she doesn't. Sometimes like a file will drop or something, and they'll be, oh my god, we lost 5 seconds of this or that. So she does the records of the game. So
okay,
she's in the truck. The you see the 9,000 trucks there at the game. She's in one of the trucks with the bazillion monitors, and it looks like freaking NASA. She's
right,
giving
right.
me and mom a tour of when they're at Daytona, and holy cow, it's amazing.
Yeah,
And
that's
so
cool.
those
And
semis, you
she
go
gets
in
to
the
go all over
semi
the.
trailer, and it's like posh city. The exterior looks like a hauler. It's got the logos and all that stuff. Like you go inside, and it's like, ooh, hey now. This is
And
pretty.
she gets to go all over the world doing that stuff too, doesn't she?
Yeah, she does. She's
That's
I think she
cool.
might be a little tired of it, but yeah, she started out in film and television. That's
Yeah.
doing she's on the TV show The Act, and then she got into sports. She got a call, hey, you want to go do Thursday night football? And she was like, all right.
Yeah.
So she did Thursday night football for a couple of years, and then now she's done all the big events. She's moved from just doing Thursday night football to, yeah, you're talking, all-star games, championships. I think the only thing has she done the World Series. The only thing she hasn't done is the World Series. She's done the Super Bowl. Everything, every major championship and Super Bowl, basketball, college, hockey. She done hockey? I don't think she's done hockey, but she's done all
Yeah.
the biggies. Yeah, internationally, the Olympics, World Cups. So yeah, she gets around.
Cool. Well, yeah, just mention to her maybe when she's in. That'd be great to talk about. I think it's cool, and it's really awesome that she continues to pile up the Emmys. And you talk about a resume builder, man. Good Lord, that's about as good as you can get, really.
Yeah.
So
yeah, she's proud. So we're lucky to have her in the SOC family.
heck yeah. Well,
Makes us look
yeah.
good.
Do your thing, and I'm sure it'll be fine. You're a producer too, so
I'll
just
try to get a little bit of her energy in there. I got a little bit of time today, so maybe I could get a couple bells and whistles. Maybe I'll come up with a new theme, a new intro song or something.
right. Let me know if you need any help with it, man. It's
All
been
right,
good.
man.
It's been good talking
Always
to you.
good.
Well,
Always good.
everybody, have a great new year. Have a great 2024. This is show 30 in the first one of the so always good to get with you, Mark, and to talk to you. And I wish you a happy new year, man. Happy new year,
Yeah, right
Mark.
on.
All right.
Okay.
Thanks, everybody.
Everybody, have a great week. Me and Greg, we're still going to be brothers even come Monday after the game. So everybody love everybody. It can happen. So, all right. Thank you.